How did a recruit's useless civilian skill become mission critical? Private Everett Lang was the joke of our platoon from day one. Kid was from Oregon, spent 5 years before enlisting working as a professional falconer, trained birds of prey for medieval fairs and educational programs, hawks, eagles, owls, the whole bird handler thing. During basic training, guys would not stop messing with him about it. Hey bird boy, gonna teach the pigeons to attack? Lang, can you train a chicken to do guard duty? Our drill instructor found out during intake interviews. Made Lang's life extra difficult just for the entertainment value. Lang, drop and give me 20. Maybe that'll teach you to fly. The skill seemed completely useless for infantry combat. What was he gonna do? Bring a falcon to Iraq? But Lang took it seriously. Always talked about patience, reading animal behavior, understanding hunting patterns. We deployed to Afghanistan in 2011. Small forward operating base near the Pakistan border. Mountain region, lots of caves and rocky terrain. Intel said insurgents were using the cave systems to move weapons and supplies. Our unit got assigned to patrol a specific valley. Mission was to locate insurgent supply routes and report back. Standard reconnaissance stuff. Problem was, every time we'd approach certain areas, we'd get ambushed. Taliban fighters knew we were coming before we got close. They had early warning systems we couldn't identify. Lost 2 soldiers in 3 weeks. Command was getting frustrated. We'd sweep for electronic surveillance, check for spotters, couldn't find anything. The enemy always knew our position somehow. After another failed patrol, our captain called a briefing. They're getting intelligence from somewhere. We're missing something obvious. That's when Lang spoke up. Sir, it's not electronic, it's biological. Everyone stared at him. Captain looked annoyed. Explain, Private. The local birds, sir. Specifically the ravens and crows. They're acting as an early warning system. Half the room laughed. Other half thought he'd lost his mind from heat exposure. Lang pressed on. Watch their behavior next patrol. When we move through, the birds scatter in specific patterns. They're roosting in areas where insurgents are hiding. The Taliban learned to read the bird movements. Captain was skeptical, but desperate. Fine. Next patrol, Lang takes point. Show us what you're talking about. 2 days later, we're moving through the same valley. Lang's in front, but he's not watching the ground. He's watching the sky and the cliff faces. About half a mile in, he stops. Holds up a fist. Everyone freezes. Ravens just scattered from that ridge, he whispers, pointing. But not randomly. They flew east in formation. That's pressure behavior. Something disturbed their roosting area recently. Our lieutenant pulls out binoculars, scans the ridge. Nothing visible. Lang, I don't see anything. Trust me, sir. Those birds don't move like that unless something's there. They've been disturbed within the last 30 minutes. We repositioned, took a different route, circled around the ridge from an unexpected angle. Found 3 Taliban fighters in a concealed position, weapons pointed exactly where we would have walked. Captured all 3 without firing a shot. Found radio equipment, ammunition, maps of our usual patrol routes. After that, Lang became our secret weapon. Every patrol, he'd read the bird behavior. Could tell if an area had been recently occupied. Could identify which caves were being used based on how the birds avoided them. Started teaching the whole platoon. See how those crows are circling but not landing? That means recent human activity below. Watch the flight patterns. Tight circles mean they're nervous. Wide circles mean they're just hunting. Command caught on. Started consulting Lang before planning operations. His bird behavior reports became part of our intelligence briefings. The Taliban eventually figured out we were using their own system against them. Started trying to manipulate bird movements. But Lang was too good. Could tell the difference between natural behavior and forced disturbances. Ravens are smart, he'd explain. You can't fake their patterns. They have specific roosting behaviors, specific flight paths. When humans interfere, it's obvious if you know what to look for. Our casualty rate dropped 70%. Other units started requesting Lang's assistance. Kid went from being mocked to being essential. He trained a dozen soldiers in basic bird behavior recognition before the deployment ended. Created a field guide specifically for Afghan wildlife patterns. Got a Bronze Star for innovative intelligence gathering. Citations said his techniques saved numerous American lives and led to the capture of multiple high-value targets. When we rotated home, some ornithology professor from a university contacted Lang, wanted to study his combat applications of bird behavior analysis. Last I heard, Lang's working with the Department of Defense developing animal behavior training programs for reconnaissance units, teaching soldiers how to read nature the way he learned training falcons in Oregon. The guy who got mocked for being a bird handler ended up revolutionizing how we gather intelligence in mountain warfare. Turns out 5 years watching hawks hunt taught him more about enemy movement patterns than most tactical courses ever could.